Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Looking to throw right away is Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
To throw is Watson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw, Watson. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Watson. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Here's Watson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Justin Hopkins on for the field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. To throw is Nix. Steps away to his left. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. Nix to the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Here's Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Marvin Mims, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know it's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Watson. That's going to be caught by Judy. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. From the gun, here's Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second down and 3. Throwing Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. to throw. Here's Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now it's Nix. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun is Nix. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their three-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a three-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here's Watson. That is caught, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on third, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Watson now to throw. He'll get this complete to Tillman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
2nd and 6. This is Ford. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Watson out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DJ Jones in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Hopkins' kick is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now it's Watson and the Browns. Down 17-13, 2:22 on the clock. Deuce is wild. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, complete to Judy. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Ford. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Here's Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. He's got room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. They run with Ford. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up now 2nd and 9. Now Watson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Watson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal. 2nd down, goal to go. To throw, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Hopkins with the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now it's the Broncos' turn, trailing by a field goal. A little under 30 seconds remaining. Now they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. They'll go for it. Here's Nitz. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game when we're down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.